So in this video we will start learning how to do the modeling of RCC building and how to analyze the RCC building. Okay, so now we will consider the building is as a G plus 2 structure, means one ground floor plus one first floor and plus another floor, that is third 3 floor structure it is. Okay, so now what I will do, just at the beginning we will get a window like this. Okay, we will get a icon like this. Now it is in y and it is in x direction, just like your blackboard, classroom blackboard, okay, or whiteboard. So but we need this grid in x and z, just like your dining table. Okay, it is in x and z, it is flat. Now it is vertical, one direction is y and one direction is x. So we need one direction should be in x and another should be in z. So for that, what I will do, I will click on snap node option. Here I got, and then I will go for edit, make it x and z, and click ok. Okay, if you need to increase the number, you can increase them 1 to 15. You can make according to the length of your site. You can alter it. Okay, so now I altered in made it 15, and again I will make here 15. Okay, you will get a increased grid size, and then I will click ok. So now I am going to keep it aside, and then I will start modeling. Means first I will place a node. So suppose from here to 0 to 5 meter, this is my bedroom. And after that, just giving small example, 5 meter by 5 meter, I am completing one bedroom. And then again click on it, and then again once again do it again. Once again switch on and switch off the snap node. So now what I will do, I will draw one more node, one more room. See, from here to here. Okay, escape, quick escape. Once again switch on, switch off. Okay, so now I am going to draw a hall. So I'm taking random sizes for a hall. So just giving a similar similar example at how a plan can be modeled according to. Suppose if you want to increase or decrease the lines length, that also I will teach you exactly according to your AutoCAD drawings. We can do modeling over here. See, so now it has been completed. So it is irregular, I am taking L kind of shape for the structure. Okay, let us draw one beam over here also. Okay, one more room, we will add one more room. Since from here, so some irregular kind of building it is, I'm taking it. Okay, I left that part blank. Okay, so this is our structure: hall, and then bedroom, kitchen, sorry, so it's one more room, hall, and you can see a dining table, dining room, dining or restroom, some rooms are there. Okay, the area is completely divided. Now this plan, let us see. So first I need column positions. So wherever the junctions are there, I'm going to provide the columns. Okay, so what I will do, I will view it from x direction, go to node cursor, select all the nodes. Okay, once again view it, see. So now I will drag them down to the footing level. Okay, so actually we need one more beam over here, one more support over here. Okay, so that also we will do. What we will do, we will select this beam, and I will make, oh it is fine. Here we need one more column, insert node at a midpoint. Okay, so I got one more node and any large spans. Okay, this is fine. We will give provide one more support at a mid span. Insert node option, mid span, click OK. Fine. Now I will select the column positions using control button, using node cursor, select wherever you need columns. Okay, okay, so now all the nodes are selected. Now I will go for translation repeat footing depth will be in y direction, and I am taking connecting my columns up to the footing level of uh, minus 2 meter. Okay, minus 2 meter. Suppose if the bearing strata is weak, at that time we will take up to minus 2 meter. If the SBC of soil is good, bearing capacity, then we will take around 1 to 1.5 meter. And let's go for a link steps and then click OK. So now one more column we have left here. So I will select it, translation repeat, link steps. This is minus 2 link steps in y direction, minus 2. Okay. Okay, fine. So now I have to provide supports at bottom. So for that, what I will go, I will go for plus z direction, select all the nodes just like by clicking on node cursor, select node cursor, then select all the nodes from z direction. Once again conform it from isometric way. See, all the nodes are selected. Now I will right click, assign support, and then create, assign, close. So this is a shortcut method that you can assign the support. Okay, so now I will view the structure from top, plus y. Okay, plus y direction from top view. So now what I need to do is I need to bring the structure in y direction. I need to copy first floor and second floor. So for that I will go for a beam cursor, view it from z direction, select all the top floor beams like this. See, all the nodes. Suppose if you don't want to bring this wall, then you can avoid it just like this. Okay, if you don't want to bring them at the top, so you can hide them, but now I'm considering them. Then I will go for translation repeat, y direction, number of steps will be 3, floor to floor height will be 4 meter, then link steps, then click OK. The structure is ready. See, if you view it from isometric and if you view it from top, say top view and the side view, and z direction minus z direction positive. Okay, so now this building is ready. So now we need to insert loads. Okay, the wall load, the walls will be there at the outside, so the wall will come. So if you want to add a panels, the glass panels or wall panels, that is also possible in StatPro. So let us see. So I will view it from plus direction, plus y direction. Now what I will do, I will give wall paneling to this side. Okay, we'll give wall paneling to this side and also this side. Okay, so both the sides using control button. See, so now I will do wall paneling. So for that, what we'll do, we have selected already. Now go to view, view selected objects only, click on view selected objects only. Now only selected objects are visible, and then go for z direction, provide one plate over here first. Add a 4 noded plate, just giving one example. Okay, and view from x direction. See, so now go to click on display whole structure. Okay, now just top view. Okay, fine, wait, and plate cursor. We'll tell it what happened. Okay, leave it now. I will teach you in a different class how to add the plates. Okay, so now it is a irregular structure, so it has been arranged in crossed manner. Okay, leave it. So now what we will do, we have already assigned the support. Now we'll go for property. Now I'll go for define. I'm going to use rectangle sections, or else we can use circular section for column. 0.3 meter for residential building, I'm considering 0.3 meter, and I'll click on add, and my beams will be rectangle, 0.3 depth by 0.25 width. Okay, circular columns are there. If I click on it, then I have to select all the column elements. Okay, so for that, select beams parallel to y direction. Okay, all the columns are selected. Assign to selected beams. Assign, yes. So now second one, that is beams for x and z members, just like for this x z member, and this is x members. Select beams parallel to x, and then select beams parallel to x, and then selects beams parallel to z. Okay, assign to selected beams. Assign. See, now you can view it in a 3D. See it how it will looks. Okay, circular column and beam arrangement. So now property assignment is over. Now let's come for load arrangement. Okay, so for load, what I will do, first I have to add a wall load on outer beams. So generally I will go for load definition, load cases, add dead load, and one more case, that is live load, add and close. So in dead load, first I have to add a self weight. It is self weight minus direction and wall load. Okay, so one more thing that I need to add, that is wall load, that is UDL wall. The wall's load will be in UDL. This is a beam and the wall will run above the beam. So the beam, that wall load we have to calculate. So generally it will be 18 kilonewton per meter according to the practice. Okay, according to practicals we can consider 18 to 22. I am considering 18 kilonewton per meter. Now I will add it. So now one more thing, in interior walls. Okay, then interior walls of the building, to just like partition walls, we can say I am considering 8 kilonewton per meter. These are partition walls. Okay, the 8 kilonewton per meter, these are partition walls. And then I will take one more parapet, that is parapet wall loads, that is 2 kilonewton parapet. Okay, just above the third floor, second floor. So now I will add that. Okay, same. So now 18 kilonewton is outer wall, 8 kilonewton is interior walls, and 2 kilonewton is partition on is a parapet wall. Okay, so first I will assign self weight. Assign to view. Assign, yes. See, so now the main beam wall, I am viewing from top direction. So this main 18 kilonewton load will come on external wall. Okay, only on externals, not internal load. Internal wall load will be 8 kilonewton. Now it is main wall, so I am assigning selected beams and assign. See, in that also you will not get the wall load at a top floor. Okay, so what I will go, so in on this top floor parapet will come. This 18 kilonewton wall load will come only on 1, 2 and 3 outer to outer beams. Okay, not on top floor, so I have to deselect it. So go for uh, view 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 selected objects only. So now what you do, view it from plus z direction, select the bottom floors, leaving top. So now you can assign to selected beams and assign, yes. Okay, see, so load is acting in reverse direction because we have not changed the sign. So this is minus 18 we have to do, because load is acting in minus direction. So this is in plus direction, upward direction. We need to apply the load in downward direction. So I am changing it, close. See, okay, now at the top parapet will come, that is 2 kilonewton. Again we need to change the sign, minus 2, change, close. So now I will select it and then I will click on parapet load, then click assign and okay. So this is parapet wall load. Go to display whole structure. Okay, so now we need to apply minus 18 kilonewton, that is partition wall load. So again partition wall load will not come on top floor. See here, On these beams, partition wall load will not come. Okay. So partition wall load can be seen only under these beams, under second floor, first floor, and ground floor. So here we can see the partition wall internally, internal beam on internal beams. So I'll go for, I have selected these three floors. Now go for view, view selected objects only, view it in isometric, view it from top. So now I have to select only internal walls using control button. Okay, like this. Okay, so now I will apply and assign to selected beams and then assign. Yes, so sign is negative, sign is positive, we should make it negative so that it should act in a downward direction. Change, close. So now all the loads are assigned in dead load. So this is self weight is directly assigned, minus 18 kilonewton is on outer wall, not inside, and minus 8 kilonewton is inside, not on outer side, and 2 kilonewton, that is parapet load. Okay, 2 kilonewton is parapet load on top. Now I'll go for display whole structure, that 2 kilonewton load we can visible. So now next thing is we have to need to go for commands and then analysis and perform analysis all. Okay, and then analyze the structure, run analysis. Okay, wait, 1 minute. We have not assigned still a live load. Okay, so live load is nothing but the slab pressure. So the slab pressure also should be added, the load of slab. So how to add it? It will act in two direction. So its units is in kilonewton per meter square, not in this is UDL, only in one direction. The wall will start running from here to here, that is UDL, one line load, kilonewton per meter length. But pressure will be in two direction. Okay, if you apply the pressure from top on this slab, the slab's load will distributed in one direction and in another direction, that is kilonewton per meter square. Okay, so what I will do, I will go for a live load, click on it, add button, and then I will go for floor load, click on floor load. I will add the pressure of 5 kilonewton per meter square, that is my slab pressure. Okay, and it is acting along the length of the building, along the height of the building. So what will be the height of the building? How to identify the height? Go to display, node to node distance, see, so it is 12 meter. So the pressure in y range will be 0 to 12. Okay, so I will click add and then close. So now I will add it and then close. So it will be automatically assigned, but it should be in negative option. Actually, we have added two times. I will delete one, and for this one I need to change the sign, plus 12 to minus 12. So this will be the error. So this minus 5 kilonewton per meter square pressure has to be added. So if you don't change the sign, then you will get the error. Okay, so you may not get the error, but you will get the wrong results actually. So I will view it from top. So this is the best example that how a structure should be loaded before analysis. So you can view it in anywhere, any tutors you can observe. So generally we will get in a practical life, we will get the design, we will get the loading like this. So this will be your two-way slab. The load will be distributed in two directions. So this is one direction and this is another direction. So here also it is a two-way slab kind of action it is giving. So it means it is one-way slab. Okay, so we can identify according to the loading also. So now let us go for analysis. Commands, analysis, perform analysis all, then click OK, and then analyze and run analysis. See, only one warning is there. So let us see the output file. Go to the output file. See, it is giving a warning of one-way slab and two-way slab designs. Okay, so it's not in, we will can handle the warning in a in practice, in a practical life. But so the reactions loads applied loads, everything. These are important for a design purpose. So let us check the results. So what we need is actually bending moment and shear force and every element, so that we can do it. So I have to remove this 12. How to remove the node to node display dimension? I will click on it, it will be gone. So now if I need to check the beam results, I will go for click on beams and then go for graphs. So here, so if you select any beam, if you click on any load, I will change it to dead load. So if you click on any beam, you will get the bending moment. Okay, you will get the bending moment of each and every beam. So suppose if you need bending moment of column, that also you can uh, find out. You can find shear force also. Okay, you can find bending moment, shear force, graphs, and stresses also you can identify. Okay, and node, at the node you will get the reactions also. Okay, if you click on reaction, you will get the reactions at every node. Displacement, you can also generate a report. Okay, we will teach you this in next video, but this is only just analysis. Now in the next video we will discuss the detail about the how to design the structure by using these results. Okay, so we don't need to do anything, only software will do, but we should give the proper inputs. Okay, and that can be only possible after clearing your structural concepts, not on stat pro. Okay, thank you.